My twin tried to marry my fiancée. I've always been the prettier twin, I don't mean that in a beachy way, it's just what I've always been told. Makes no sense to me, we're identical. 3 years ago, I met my husband but my sister, Emma, was also attracted to him. Thing is, my husband likes my personality more than hers, so looks aren't even a main factor. There are times where I caught Emma flirting with him and even pretending to be me. So that there was a clear difference between me and Emma, I decided to dye my hair. We're natural brunettes, so switching to blonde was a big change, one that I expected Emma to not do. A week after I had dyed my hair, Emma calls me sobbing that her hair stylist messed up her hair and she looks hideous and she doesn't know what to do. I drive to the salon and see how badly they messed up her highlights. It was all blotchy and the majority of her hair looked like that. I suggested dyeing her hair back to brown, but she insisted she wants lighter hair. That's when she says the best course of action is to go blonde. I freak and tell her there's better ways to solve this, but she's made up her mind. She goes blonde that evening and we're back to being identical. She's up to her old tricks and is furious when my fiancé, Brandon, proposes. She knew it was coming and tried to get me out of the way so he could accidentally propose to her instead. Her plan didn't work and I started planning my wedding with Brandon. He says he doesn't want Emma to be part of the wedding party, neither do I. I make my best friend my maid of honor and Emma goes ballistic. She complains to my parents, she complains to me, she complains to my best friend. She'd complain to the whole world if she could. The wedding planning goes perfectly, so the day of the wedding comes and everything is almost perfect. I just need to put my dress on. My best friend comes into the room panicking that my wedding dress is gone. What the hell does she mean it's gone? She says the rest of the bridal party is out looking for it, calling anyone necessary to check our houses to see if we left it at home. My best friend swears she didn't forget it, but things don't just vanish. The wedding march starts playing and I tell my best friend to go tell them I'm not ready and the wedding needs to be delayed. But she screams when she sees what's happening. I run up to her and see none other than Emma in my wedding dress. I don't know how they proceeded the wedding without the bridal party there. She walks down the aisle and holds my fiancé's hand. Like hell she's getting away with this. I march in there but don't get far before my dad starts holding me back and saying I will not ruin Annabelle's, my name, wedding. I tell him I'm Annabelle but he doesn't believe me. At this point, everyone is watching us because I'm screaming at my dad and fighting to get past him. Emma starts hysterically crying, saying that even now, I'm still trying to ruin things for her. I ask them why in the world I would start my wedding without my bridal party. Emma says they were occupied holding me back from ruining her wedding. My best friend walks in and says, Emma's trying to marry the groom. This right here is Annabelle. Emma calls bullshit and tells the officiant to continue on with the wedding. I get past my dad and run to Emma and attack her. I slap her, take off her veil, pull at her hair. Nothing I'm proud of, but I've had enough of her trying to steal my life. Brandon gets me off her eventually and asks me to prove my innocence. I tell him the story of how we met, how he asked me out, whisper him his secrets, and tell him just about anything only both of us know to try and convince him. He kisses me, showing me he believes me, and Emma yells at me to get away from him. Brandon announces that he was about to marry the wrong twin because Emma disguised herself as me. He tells his best man to escort Emma out and an hour later, I get married to Brandon. Emma is no longer welcomed in our lives and Brandon is not up for grabs.